The Sphinx is a very ancient structure. Now, the carving of the head of the pharaoh was something that was later, shall we say, imposed upon the Sphinx. The Sphinx's head originally represented that of a lion being, and that this represented, in that sense, a testament to, shall we say, as a vault. And so basically you could look at the Sphinx as an ancient vault to where much of the world's history, in fact, much of the origins of humanity, relating to a great deal of artifacts, are buried under the right paw of the Sphinx. So it is an ancient vault of, shall we say, attempting to preserve ancient unified knowledge of humanity's origins. Basically, you could say it's a type of safe. It guards the knowledge.
Hey, great. And there's been many theories about what the pyramids of Giza, the function of them, and it seems to me that there was some sort of energy-emitting device. Would that be correct?
Well, they are also what you would know as alignment antenna, which means that when they point to the stars, they're actually, shall we say, bringing in the, shall we say, waves of gravitation upon your planet that are actually creating a stability effect. So this is why, again, the ancient site of Giza also corroborates together with other sacred ancient sites across your planet to basically create a form of stabilization grid. Now, again, the aspect of the pyramids, because they were able to hone in this type of intense energetic, they could also be used in that sense as free energy technologies that, once properly harnessed, you can utilize this energy that you would refer to as torsion fields to actually, in that sense, power particular devices through that intensity. So the exact mapping of the grid itself was helping to bring about, again, high potentialized power to actually allow this particular energy to be tapped with particular forms of devices at that time. A lot of these devices in that sense would be, shall we say, advanced but also primitive at the same time. Much of them related to the idea in that sense of psychic technology.
I see.
Basically what you would know as the powering of crystal devices.
Ah, I see. Okay, and hence the obelisk being made of granite, which is a crystalline structure.
Correct. Yes.
They would probably have some interaction with that. Would that be correct?
Yes, that would be true. And those two themselves would represent portals, stargates, or again, actually being able to access other forms of dimensions based upon, in that sense, creating these gateways that would bring further equilibrium not only to this earth, but to others.
Is there a practical way that humans could actually sort of interact with these obelisks? That you stand with your back to it or something and go into meditation?
Well, obelisks are dimensional antennae. So as we stated, they are crystalline technology. So when they're activated, they are actually being used to connect with other dimensional currents or other dimensional streams or other dimensional earths. They would also be used in that sense to actually allow telepathic communication between one civilization and other civilizations that exist around the world that have similar devices. So again, think of them as large psychic antennas.
Great. But again, I guess the trick here is to get them activated. Would that be right? Right now, I take it they're not activated, but they need some sort of stimulation. Would that be right?
They would need to be rebuilt into their original design.
I see. Okay.
So basically, all of your ancient sites would need to be reconstructed in the original design to which they were formed. Once that happens, then yes, you would have all different forms of torsion or psychic energy power systems where you could create devices like that, again, to access other dimensions, to communicate with each other telepathically from anywhere in space and time. And again, all kinds of different forms of healing technologies as well that are functioned through that of crystal technology. That basically reverse aging, that can in that sense repair broken DNA, that can improve memory, that can actually enhance your own intuition. Many different things can it do.
Right. So this, there's references to, I think, what's called the Temple of Beauty. So this, I guess that would be some interaction with that Temple of Beauty healing.
Yes, basically what you would know as an oasis, or in that sense, an ancient temple of healing. Yes, because they all represent a certain grid of connection. So therefore, the idea of certain orientations of geometry that suit off in those longitudinal and longitudinal coordinates all benefited together of this grid that was once available, that again represented the distribution of this torsion energy.
Yes.
The idea of the torsion energy is that it is conscious. And basically what requires the connection to this is your own human mind. So your own mind would be able to access this energy. So basically what crystals would do is that they would harness this energy, and you could use them in that sense as empowered psychic devices. In fact, many of these crystals could be used to actually emit the ability for ones to teleport, or to basically levitate, or again to, shall we say, open up their own inner eye, and therefore communicate with anyone whom they wish. So these temples were harnessers. They were able to harness this psychic energy through the electromagnetic grid upon your planet that would therefore be utilized in regards to many different functions, because this grid in that sense opened you up much more to non-linear experiences of other dimensional Earths and communicating with each other much more telepathically. Why do you think that so many civilizations got the same message about building these sacred sites throughout your planet, constructing them in very similar ways? That was all because of the aspect of worldwide telepathy that was taking place during the constructions of these grids that would allow this psychic information to be passed generation by generation by generation to other civilizations that came and gone, to basically also leave this message for their future generations as well too, saying that everybody got the same message with many of these ancient cultures because they were using this ancient technology. It was the seeds of thought placed into the collective consciousness that again was like an ocean current, allowing all these civilizations to create these particular structures as a means of advancing yourself into much more of a deeper conscious society. That was its nature.